afternoon, my name is Shautsova. I'm an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's video, I would like to provide you with some recent and quick updates with regard to the most recent immigration news. We're going to talk about immigration reform or lack thereof. We're going to talk about some changes in USCIS, and we're going to talk about some other changes that are happening currently that you may be able to take advantage of or maybe not, depending on your situation. So thank you very much for joining me. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and hit that notification bell button so you will stay updated with regard to the most recent immigration news. So let's start. Well, first of all, you need to know, and it's very, very important, that USCIS again extended the time during which you will have more time to respond to USCIS denials or requests for more information. For example, request for more evidence or notice of intent to revoke or notice of intent to deny. If you receive a decision from USCIS or request for more information or evidence issued between or dated between March 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021, you are going to be a lucky person who is going to have a little bit more time to respond to such a request. Exactly, you're going to have 30 days more to file your appeal or motion to reopen form I-290B, and in certain situations, if you're fighting over your citizenship, form N-336, and you're going to have 60 days more from the time when the deadline was for you to respond to, let's say, request for more evidence, to submit your answer for evidence. What's also good about this is that during this extended time, USCIS is not going to undertake any negative actions, or in other words, are not going to place you in removal proceedings. Let's say if you received a denial, so you know that you have a little bit more time to deal with these immigration issues. So first you will need to check the date when the decision was issued, and then you will have to make plans accordingly with regard to your response. And remember that sometimes it's better for you to refile your case rather than filing an appeal or motion to reopen, but it depends on your specific situation, and you have to decide with your lawyer what path you will choose: refiling, appealing, or filing a motion to reopen. In certain situations, you have all these three choices available. Good news for those who have a lot of money or can invest a lot of money into the economy of the United States and have a chance at a green card. One of the courts reversed the Trump administration's changes to the EB-5 program, and now you can, for now at least, you can rely on previous amounts of money, the previous regulations that stated that you need to invest $500,000 opposed to $900,000. I mean, significant difference into the economy of the United States. Certain conditions must apply if you are investing $500,000 to apply for permanent residency in the United States. And you know that there is also an option to invest $1 million, and there is a significant difference between these two paths, because $500,000, as I explained to my clients, someone else is going to control that usually. And $1 million, you can stay in control, and you also have to show that you're going to create 10 employment places. But those are the money thresholds that you need to meet if you would like to get a green card in the United States based on investment. In other words, the court reversed Trump administration increases in investments and reverted back to the old thresholds. How long it will last, we do not know, because of course the government can appeal this decision, and then we will see what's going to happen. But if you're somebody who's still in status in the United States and have $500,000 that you can invest at risk, you may try your luck. Immigration reform news. Everybody's asking me, what's about essential workers? What is going on with immigration? Well, the bad news is that, to my knowledge, nothing specific is going on. I know that the bipartisan group of senators agreed on the infrastructure budget, and they're going to discuss it with the president, but there is no mentioning about reconciliation or immigration bill yet. Did not see it in the media. In all articles I read, not a word about that. I know that they're working out situation at the border. They, meaning the government officials, administration. I know that there are significant actions done by the non-for-profit organizations in support of the immigration reform, akin to what we saw in 2006, when there was a real chance for the immigration reform, but we don't see yet anything specific or any specific promises. Of course, why? Because there is significant opposition towards the comprehensive immigration reform in the United States from the Republican side. And, by the way, some conservative or more conservative, I guess, Democrats also oppose the comprehensive immigration reform. So we need to take this into consideration. So currently, guys, not much is going on. I do not believe that the immigration reform is dead. I do think we have chances at it, but I do not know when it's going to happen. If I have to guess, I would say that in fall, we're going to see some positive action if it's going to happen. But currently, all we see, and it's not that it's nothing, we see some significant changes with regard to USCIS policies. I just published a blog summarizing various changes from reverting back to NOIR fee or request for more evidence, no denial policy, for example, to of course, prosecutorial discretion, that now we can again ask for prosecutorial discretion when a person is in immigration court proceedings. This is a huge, huge change. Unfortunately, and I'm speaking from practice, based on my experience, not every office, and maybe I just was not lucky, not every office of the chief counsel adopted prosecutorial discretion procedure yet. For example, the Virginia office has not done so, and the point is that you may have to wait to submit your prosecutorial discretion request, even though under the new guidelines you don't even have to do that, and the government has to on its own decide whether or not they're going to exercise prosecutorial discretion. But if we're talking about motions to reopen and potential consent from the government with regard to motion to reopen, of course, something will have to be submitted by your lawyer, because the government cannot read your mind and will not send you notice saying, hey, you know, I think I would love to reopen your case. You need to be proactive with that. So there are a lot of changes in USCIS policies, positive changes. Hopefully they will help many people to apply for immigration benefits with less stress and less expense. That's very important. And one more point I wanted to stress out right now, it's a point about visa backlog. Visa backlog. Do you know how many immigrant visas currently document ready and are waiting for the appointments? 536,000, guys. 500,000 immigrant visas backlog. And only 30,000 cases are scheduled for interviews in the month of June. And were scheduled in the month of June. Why? Because many consulates are still closed. are still closed, guys. And when they're going to be reopening, we do not know. I know that there are lawsuits going on about that at this point because people lost all hopes, but this is the picture. It means that you have to take that into consideration when you are filing your cases and when you are calling your lawyers for updates. There may be no updates just because there is a 500,000, more than 500,000 immigrant visa backlog for cases that are already document ready. It is result of the Trump's bans, various bans, and of course result of the COVID. So not a pretty situation, but something to keep in mind when you're dealing with the embassies and consulates. And my advice would be, general advice, of course, that if you do not know what happened to your case, contact everyone, okay? You contact National Visa Center, you contact the consulate, find out where your case is, how it's going, and if you have, by the way, this is the one maybe useful tip. If you do have an emergency, the consulates will open for you. So if you can prove that you have an emergency and it has to be some serious medical situation, maybe some other situation in your family, for example, and you would like your family member to visit, the consulates confirmed that they will help you out, but only in cases of serious emergencies, just so you know. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for being my loyal supporters. Many of you, please comment, share this video, like, subscribe to my channel again if you have not done so, and I hope to see you soon.